What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Claude Deuce. Just for clarity, I am a singer, songwriter, music producer, actor, and I am a pastor.
What's up, everybody? This is Kayla with ITB Creations, and this is Just for Clarity. Today, I have my guy, Claude Deuce, and he is with us today, and I'm so excited to have him as a guest. So, Claude, tell us, please, where you're from, what you do, what you love.
First off, I just want to say thank you, Kayla. Thanks for having me on Just for Clarity, and super proud of you and what you're doing.
Thank
I'm
you.
you're welcome. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, born and raised, currently living in Grovetown. I still consider that Augusta. Um, yeah, I'm a church guy. I grew up in church. That's all I know. My parents are pastors. I'm now pastoring, and it's just amazing. And I love the musical heritage we have here in Augusta. You know, from James Brown to even members of Lady Antebellum.
Yeah.
So gospel to country to whatever. I'm glad of my upbringing.
Absolutely. There are so many dope artists, just like you mentioned, that have come from Augusta. And when people think of Augusta, they the first thing they get Augusta. Who was that made that joke? That was Medea.
Country suit looking like you from Augusta.
Augusta has so much to offer, and it's so much culture and so much like talent in
Hmm.
down that area, down that way past Atlanta. So I'm so glad because if you guys see my last Just for Clarity, I interviewed Slim Wave, who's also from Augusta, Georgia, and we grew up together. And I grew up with Claude Deuce as well. I mean, he was
That's
older than
right.
me, but we grew up as well, all the way
Hmm.
from we was on the storefront and then from there to the high school, and then from the high school, just we have been with New Life
Yeah.
for a very, very long time, and they are a huge and still to this day huge influence on my life and the way that I make my moves and make decisions. So I'm so glad that I was able to grab him and just to have a moment of Claude
Yeah.
Deuce's time. So we are so honored to have him on today. So you ready for these questions?
I'm ready.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
let's go. All right, so how important are socials to artists these days that are coming up versus back in the day?
Oh man, socials are so important. It's our way that we can promote what we're doing, what we got going on, where we're gonna be. It's just all out online promotion, and
Absolutely.
also it provides us an opportunity to interact with people who are fans. I hate that word, but I mean, fans of our music or what we're doing, people that follow what we're doing and keep up with what we're doing. It's our way to interact with them as well. So it's very important.
It is.
Very.
Back in the day, all you could really do as a fan is look from afar and hope that you get it somewhere in the mail or find it somewhere in your newspaper to be
Hmm.
with the artist that you love, right? And so
Yeah.
now everybody's on everything, and if you want to see your artist and you can't find the money, or you can't make a way to get there are so many ways to be so active and in touch with your favorite artist, and that is
Right.
amazing. So since we're
Yeah.
talking about it, can you give everybody your socials real quick?
You can get all my socials if you just go to www.claudedeuce.com. If you
Okay.
go there, that'll link you to all my socials. And I'm pretty much at Claude Deuce everywhere, whether that's Instagram or Facebook, even Twitter. So
Right.
yeah, check me out. I still use Twitter.
As you do. i'm
I
i'm
still use
struggling
it.
with Twitter a little bit. I'm struggling with Twitter a little bit. I used to, when I was in college, I was on Twitter like real heavy, but
Mhm.
after college I kind of fell off, and now it's just really Instagram and Facebook. All right, so as an artist, because man, like I've been hearing you sing since you were JR.
Right.
Since you were JR, and most people like, "Yo, Kayla, we don't call him JR anymore." Oh man, I'm sorry. Uh, Please forgive me. So, would you consider yourself a gospel artist or just an artist?
I'm definitely a gospel artist because when I'm, singing, performing music, it's always gospel. It's always inspirational, always uplifting. So
Right.
that's always going to be. I've been blessed to write some jingles. I don't believe jingles can be genre specific.
Mhm.
Um, I've written some jingles before. I've written some love songs before that could be classified as R&B. Haven't got them placed, but Yeah, I've written that because I believe those are all just expressions of your creativity
Right.
and life experiences. So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, when I hit that stage, I'm definitely performing gospel. So yeah, I'm a
100%
gospel artist.
gospel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at church Sunday, I just my pastor was talking about and it's weird for me to even say that to you. My pastor, he was like, so you have your talent, that's like your God-given gifts, right? And then you have your spiritual gifts, and which are gifts that God has bestowed upon you once you receive Christ and once you become a believer. So do you feel like as a gospel artist, you are putting yourself in the arena to where you can be touched, to where you can just have a relationship with God, whatever that means to you?
Yeah, you're definitely using your spiritual gifts, when you are operating like in your purpose, or in, in your calling.
Yeah.
I believe the spiritual gifts, like you said, when we were believers, when we became believers, we activated them. I believe they were there already. I believe my mom had a message, Pastor Regina Harris, she had a message where she said we were pre-programmed for success. So
Yes.
when we got here, our mother birthed us into the earth. There were things on the inside of us already there that God placed within us.
Mhm.
And we just had to get to know him and get to know who we
Absolutely.
are in him. And then those
Mhm.
things were activated. And, of course, through reading his word and coming up in God, you nurture those gifts and they just
They
come
grow and
full
they
force
bloom
and
and
grow. Yeah, yeah,
blossom.
yeah.
Yes,
And they're blessings. So yeah, when I am doing what I do for the Lord, I'm definitely operating in those spiritual gifts and being a blessing to other people, no matter where I am.
absolutely. I'm all for that. And it's so dope to see you. Like, when you came out with your music video, I was like, whoa, look at this. This is wild. Like, it's crazy. Same thing I was
Thank
telling
you.
Slim Wave. Like, um, a lot of people just don't understand, like we really grew up together, right?
We
And
did.
we both have like watched each other just kind of like grow up into these adults and doing amazing. You're doing amazing things. Slim Wave
Thank
is
you.
doing amazing things,
Yes, he
and
is.
it's such a blessing to see how far we've come from these like little people trying to figure out where we're going and what we're doing, and
Yeah.
it's such a blessing to see. And I'm excited to just sometimes really just be a spectator. If I can't like, shoot a message out to you like, oh my God, I'm excited to see you in this movie. I'm
Hmm.
excited to hear this new music that you have coming out. Like I
Yeah.
remember when it was just I know my purpose.
Oh man.
Like
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember those days, and it's so amazing to see
Yeah.
it now and how
Thank you.
far it has come. Do you feel
Thank
like
you.
your journey as an artist has been like a slow and steady progression, or you feel like from the moment that you were able to put your hands on a mic that it
Hmm.
has been just been up and up and up and up?
That's a good question because there was a point early on in my life I really should just feel like it's not happening fast enough. It's not, happening like I wanted it to.
Right.
I can definitely say that when I was younger, a teenager, even into my 20s and late 20s, I really wanted this to like pop a certain way, like your Kirk Franklin's or,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? And I was just like, man, or there was an artist, Tone at one time,
I
Tone.
remember
So,
Soné.
and I was just like, man, I want, that. I want what I'm doing to explode like that. And then it really hit me that, you know, that's not my lane or that wasn't my journey. That's not my
Yeah.
journey. Um, and then the whole desire for being an artist
Hmm.
kind of flipped for me. I enjoy going out and being, singing gospel music and being Claude Deuce, the
Yeah.
artist or whatever. But I realize now that's not really my lane. Even
Yeah.
though I've been blessed to sing, and I think God uses those things to just kind of as a drawing point, for me to even minister further to people. I finally, after the teens, after the 20s, I finally realized, you know, I'm just really, I want to bring attention to the songwriting aspect of what I do and
Right.
the producer aspect to what I do.
Right.
But God's really going to use me as a man of God in the pulpit,
There you go.
and so I had to just come to grips with that and was like, that's why this artist thing, he's not letting this thing pop off like I used to want it to.
Yeah.
Um,
He put you, he was like, excuse me,
It's a vehicle. Yeah, it's a vehicle for something else.
excuse
And
me.
so, exactly. So once I realized that, then I don't know. I just became super satisfied in this new lane
Yeah.
that I'm in. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was definitely a part of my next question. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. So like you are a pastor now. So can you tell us about the journey from being like the minister of music, a youth pastor?
Mhm.
Like tell us about that journey from there to now being a pastor.
Man, that journey. You know what's weird about it? This is what I'm gonna say. Early on, back in the days, we used to do like, remember, like shut-ins. We'd be
Yes.
praying, and we
Mhm.
would say things like "North wind, give up our seed,"
Yes.
South wind, give up our seed." You know, and I knew back in those days that I was going to pastor. And
Yeah.
then somewhere along the way, I rebelled, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to be a pastor. I didn't want to be. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the best gospel artist ever. I'm gonna be the next Kirk Franklin. I'm
Yes,
gonna
you
be,
are.
and I'm that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna take
Yeah.
this music thing. So the whole, minister of music thing, I was like, yeah, that's me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm gonna just do that. But God brought me right back to originally, like, you remember when you realize this is what you're going to do? Yeah, I'm gonna have you doing this. Now,
Yeah.
yes, you're gonna do this artist thing, you're gonna write songs, and that's gonna draw people. But I'm using it just for that.
There you
That's
go.
not where I want you to
Hmm.
stop. I have more for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how it happened.
You have to be able to listen and have that spirit of discernment to know, like, when it's time to take certain steps certain ways, and sometimes we don't, but so grateful that we have a loving and forgiving God. We do.
Man, so grateful.
And he
So
don't just
grateful.
toss us to the wayside because we're
That's
trying to
right.
make it on our own and figure it out ourselves. So I'm so
Right.
grateful to hear that about your journey. So what's next for Claude Deuce?
Next for Claudia. So once again, just these weird little pockets and spaces that God puts me in. So a couple years
Yeah.
ago in 2021, I made it into a movie. I shot a scene in a movie, a major motion film, and it's
Right.
coming out April 28th. Are You There, God? It's me, Margaret. I play the pastor in this particular church scene. Margaret,
Okay.
for the people who are not familiar with that book, Margaret is trying to find her way in life as a growing young lady. She's just
Yeah.
hitting her teens. She's 12,
Hmm.
13,
Hmm.
and she wants to know about religion and
Yeah.
just her body and just different things, when you're growing
Yeah.
up. And so she has an African American friend, and she decides to go to her church one day. And I happen to be the pastor of that church. And
Okay.
so it's pretty cool to see it. I'm singing with the choir. You're going to see that
Yeah.
I'm going to be, invoking praise in that scene.
Yeah.
But that has afforded me an opportunity to, bring some attention to what I actually do in
Yeah.
real life, which isn't far from what I did in the movie. And so
Absolutely.
I got a new album that I got lined up to
Yes.
release the same day as the movie, April 28th. The album's called Merrimack Avenue. Merrimack Avenue is the first house I grew up in. It was where
Mhm.
our church started. It means a lot. It just means a lot. So I got that, got the movie, and we're building at our main location. Um, Mom and Dad, they're getting older. They're
Yeah.
leaning on me and my sister and some of
Yes.
the other elders, and they're grooming. They're grooming me, and so I just want to be ready when it's time to take the ministry further. And so
Absolutely.
that's what I got going on.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
that's that's real heavy. Like, how do you prepare for that
Mhm.
other than just, mentally putting yourself in that space? How do you prepare for such I would say a heavy calling, something that's like, whoo, because new life is so big. New life is so like well known. Like, how do you prepare
Mhm.
for that?
How I prepare for it, I just stay close to my parents. They're they're like walking, talking Google engines for me.
There you
So
go.
any questions I have, or I just kind of refer to them, or I just watch them. I just
Hmm.
observe closely. So I'm spending a lot more time with them, talking with them, just sharing some of the stuff I've been studying and hearing their opinion on it and their take on it, and just really just
Yeah.
watching. And that's actually helping me to see the decisions that they've made and decisions they're currently making.
Right.
It answers a lot of questions for me. So just
Hmm.
kind of staying close.
Who are your favorite artists right now?
Listen, so my favorite artist right now, like current or just of all time.
Just goats.
Hmm, man, Stevie Wonder. You gotta have Stevie in there.
Gotta have the
Um,
Stevie.
I love Marvin Winans, Bishop
Yeah.
Marvin Winans.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's Kim Burrell. I gotta shout out Kim Burrell. Just what she's been able to do vocally
Yes.
and her choices that she makes in
Yes.
different
She got
instances.
the pipes.
She does. She does. I'm a Donny Hathaway kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's so many people that I could name. Some of my favorite current artists. Right now, I love the Walls group. Oh my God, they
Okay.
they just dropped an album called Four Walls. Um, psh, Walls group. I like Mary Mary. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I heard they're getting ready to drop an album in 2025, which is going to be like their 25th anniversary from their first album.
Wow.
So
Right.
yeah, big time fans. It's so I'm gonna stop there, but it's so many people.
What what would you say is the evolution of gospel music right now? Because when I get ready for church, right,
Yeah.
I don't turn on any new gospel artists.
Okay.
But I'm real quick to turn on some John P. Key, some Fred
Okay.
Hammond,
Yeah.
some Mary, some you like some of that. So what would you
Mhm.
say is like the evolution? What has been the evolution of gospel music?
Nowadays you have your Corinne Hawthorns,
Yeah.
you got Jordan Armstrong, some guys that have been out for a while, but they're still kind of coming back doing their thing, Dawkins and Dawkins. So you see the direction of gospel is kind of going toward R&B gospel feel or
Mm,
urban gospel feel.
right.
Like you said, you'll turn on John P. Key or Fred. They're still around too. They still tour. They're still working behind the scenes doing stuff. And I think it's just because of how we came up. That's our go-to,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of new artists out there. I mean, so many that have this. I see gospel going toward an urban kind of sound. Seems like
Mhm.
urban is winning, like on gospel
Yeah.
radio and
Right.
even online. And we just kind of came through, and I think they're still going to have a run. Maverick City Music, which is sort of like they merged the black and white church
Right.
with their
Hmm.
with their sound,
Hmm.
the gospel and the CCM sound. They
Okay.
merged that, and you're going to see more of that. But I think we're going to see even more of urban gospel, and so that's kind of how I always did gospel.
Yeah.
It had an urban feel, kind of appealing to
Yeah.
the younger
Hmm.
listeners, and I'm
Absolutely.
and I'm getting back to that. And even though I got this gray hair, I'm getting back to that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm mixing it. I'm mixing it with sounds that we grew up on too.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I can kind of pull a larger demographic. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really believe that's where it's going. It's evolving toward urban gospel.
Yeah. It
And
is.
and it's doing it again because every generation someone comes and they push the envelope. Because like when
Yeah.
James Cleveland dropped, right now James is traditional to us, but when he
Hmm.
dropped in his day, that was very forward for that time.
Yeah.
You know, Thomas Dorsey when he dropped at the time he dropped. Right now we're looking at him like, man, you're traditional, but back then they were like, man, that sounds like the blues. And it took people
Right.
a long time to
Right.
accept that. But now that has become today's traditional. So,
Yeah.
I think every generation is going to see somebody that, evolves and it's going to be new. It's going to be fresh. Some people are not going to like it. After a
Yeah.
while, they will. And then it's going to
Yeah.
be
It,
on to the
it has
next.
to grow on you. But I'm not sure if you've seen like the Clark sisters, like the movie or their biography.
I have.
Biography.
Yeah.
If I
The
could just get the
biopic.
word out.
The biopic. The biopic. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So they were saying the same thing. Like when they started like fusing their gospel music with like the Stevie Wonder hits and stuff that they would like secretly listen to on the radio. So like
Hmm.
and a lot of gospel stations wouldn't play their music. And
Yeah.
it was the same kind of feel. So but you still have like, Kiara Sheard, she's still, really kind of like following in their footsteps, just she got her own sound, of course, but still
Hmm.
following that Karen Clark Sheard sound, like just
Yeah.
really, really kind of like giving it to you. So,
Yeah.
do you have your like? What is your version of praise and worship? Like, does it have that little like the little street sound, or it's just traditional?
You know what? It's all of that. It's all of that, and it just depends on the moment for me.
Yeah.
I could be in a moment, and the praise and worship sounds like something you grew up on, or
Yeah.
something maybe your parents grew up on,
Mm.
and then sometimes it sounds like something people on the street listen to. And I
Yeah.
think it's just where you are, and right in that moment. I think
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. And as long as it's sincere, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not
Yes.
as not that it's something that you trying to do, but if it's
Mm-hmm.
real,
Mm-hmm.
it reaches the heart of God. You know what I'm
It
saying? It
does.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's not that person's preference. If
Mm-hmm.
it's real from their heart, man, it touches God's heart. And I just want to make a shameless plug. You mentioned the Clark Sister movie, and I was able to write a song for the young lady who played Twinkie in the movie.
What? Come
Trixie
on.
LaBelle, and it sat on the Billboard charts. This is my plaque right here. This song
Woo!
I did for her. Yeah. So we got another
Yes.
one on the way. I don't know if you remember Bracy
Yes, I
Yarborough.
do remember Bracy
So
Yarborough.
me and Bracy wrote a song for her on her next album. So we just
Right.
little plug.
There's nothing wrong with that. You just put it on all live. 'Cause I love it. I love to see it. I
Thank you.
love to
Just
hear about it.
just for clarity, just for clarity,
In
just for
case y'all
clarity.
didn't know. Dun, dun, dun.
Uh
We're gonna
oh.
play a game. Are
Oh.
you ready or no?
I think I'm ready.
Think you're ready.
I think I'm ready.
Because you can't pick your own questions. So when
Mm,
Slim Wade was here, he was able to single out his own his own questions, but you can't do
mm.
that. Sorry.
I'm
So now you're at my win.
oh my.
Now you're at my win with these horrible questions. All right. So tell me something you do with your Walmart bags.
I save them, and I just use them as little small trash bags. Like when I make a little mess and I don't want to, just put it in a big regular one. I'll
Yep.
grab one of those, and yeah, that's what that is. Little trash bag.
Definitely, so definitely mine is just for, trash bags. We have to season some chicken real quick. You put the flour in
Or
there.
that.
You,
There you go.
all right. So when you're working with an artist, right? Or you're working with another producer. Tell us about some red flags that you see or you feel, and it's immediately like maybe not for me.
A big red flag if I'm working with an artist or producer and they don't understand the relationship between the pitch and the melody. Like
Mm.
if they're okay with somebody being off, an instrument being off, or whatever, that's a huge red flag. It lets me know it's going to be a long day. Long day. For real.
Wow. So I'm like, wait. You ain't hear that?
Right.
Y'all missed
If
that?
you're not catching that, you want to be an artist, you're a producer, and you're missing things like that, it's about to be a long session. I'm
Mm.
gonna have to just kind of yeah, and then when you leave, I gotta fix all that.
Yeah.
Fix
And you
it.
know what? It's actually a lot of artists out here that truly believe that it is okay to be a studio artist. That you can come in, be vocals be completely off, you sounding trash, and you're like, well, the engineer will fix it. What? You're not trying to be great by yourself, like just you, just. So what if
Man,
they did one of those videos where they snatch and vote? And that's what they're doing these days on these YouTube videos. They snatching off the background music. They snatching
hmm
off the music off these tracks now, and they want to hear if your mic is on. Is your mic on? Like,
hmm
come on, y'all. Just
Yep,
trying to know. That's a red flag, y'all. Okay.
big one, big time.
Next question. What is the weirdest thing someone has done while in your house?
The weirdest thing someone has done while in my house. I don't really let a lot of weird things fly over here in my house, so I can't really think of anything weird that anyone's done here at my house. Can't help you on that one.
Ooh, let me put my foot in the ring then. Let me go ahead and throw something at you real quick. Okay, so
Okay.
I am in a sorority
Okay.
and my husband is in a fraternity. And
hmm
so when we have stuff over here like a little kickback or whatever, or Honda Ballad bands or something like that. It's a marching band sorority. So
hmm
when people do come over, I did have this one particular frat. He came over and real cool. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
He can call and ask me for $20 and it wouldn't be no thing, right? So he came
hmm
over took some meat out of my refrigerator and started cooking. I said, wait, well, you're not satisfied with the food that's already here. Like, it's rotel, there's meatballs, there's juice. I'm confused. Oh no, I wasn't feeling that. And I looked in here and I saw that you had some chicken wings, and I was just gonna fry me up some.
Wow.
Wait. I didn't know that's what we was doing. I didn't know we was reaching in the refrigerators just creating our own meals when, chicken wings is high and eggs is $6 for a carton. Like, I'm confused. Like, I didn't know that's what we was doing. So that's definitely the weirdest thing that has ever happened. And I'm like, oh, I gotta escort you back out the door. You just came in. I didn't know that's weird. Just weirdness. Okay.
Yeah.
If you could hang out with any celebrity for the entire day, who would it be?
Hang out with any celebrity the entire day. Who would it be?
Anybody. Including me.
Anyone. All right. Let me see. And this is a good question. Any celebrity. I'd like to hang with Barack Obama. President Barack Obama. I'd like to hang out with him. I have questions I'd like to ask him, just about his time in office and then what it's been like after. And, I want to ask him some questions about Joe Biden. I got some questions.
Right. Because he came in office with a waves and full black hair.
Right. And he left gray. And thin.
not even like salt and pepper. It's just
it's gray. He just left with the salt.
Something happened. Like, we need them answers, please.
Yeah, I need to holler at you, man. What they do to you in them 8 years? What made your head flip like that? What's going on?
Gave my man the business. That's what they did.
Yeah.
But he left like a G though. Like the mic drop, like definitely the dopest president we have ever had. 100%.
I want him back. I wish there was a way we could change the law, get him back in there.
Man, he'd probably be like, nah. I don't did.
Yeah, he doesn't want it. He don't want it no more.
They even tried to talk Michelle Obama into doing it. She was like, oh no, baby, you're not gonna do me like that.
I think she could easily win too, but she could.
Landslide.
I did that already. So yeah, we good.
Real easy. Mm-hmm. All right, last question.
Last one.
What is a food you could eat every single day?
Oh man, somebody watching this already has said it. Chicken. Come on. I can eat chicken every day. Every day.
Chicken every day.
Every day.
Like wings or just like chicken breast, like KFC, Popeyes, Churches.
All the above.
All of it.
Wings, you know what I'm saying? Every part of the chicken. Like, come on. Yes. And prepare different ways. Fry it, bake it, grill it, rotisserie, oven fried.
There you go.
All of that.
Fried.
Air fry. Come on. I got an air fryer. Air fry.
That's what we do it.
Yes.
I'm all for it. So, all right. I'm so grateful. So grateful. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed talking with you and getting this backstory. And man, it's a blessing and it's an honor that I've had the opportunity to take just a small bit of your day. And I appreciate your time. Y'all, this is Claude Deuce.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on.
Deuce, y'all. And y'all, if y'all see the smile on my face right now, I am grateful. I am honored to have this man, this man with me. Like we've been rocking for a long time, y'all. So this has been Just for Clarity. It's another great episode with my guy, Claude Deuce. And we definitely appreciate y'all time. And thank you for rocking with us. Peace.
Thank you.